Hey guys, welcome back to HLO Healthy Cooking Recipes. This is going to be Healthy Brownie Attempt number 2. First one was a very good brownie for a healthy brownie. I'm looking for one to replace like an out-of-the-box Duncan Hines thick, gooey, chocolatey goodness brownie. I love brownies, but they're not loving me back. So I'm looking for alternatives here. So looked online again, and I'm just not finding stuff that really rings my bell. So I'm going to kind of wing it here. There's a couple ideas I got from a couple different recipes, and then my own intuition going in here. So we're going to try this and see how it comes out. Basically, what I'm doing for the volume, because the other ones were good, but they didn't fluff up at all. They were very, very thin. And then you had the peanut butter on top, and which is great if you love peanut butter because it really took over the flavor. But I want the brownie flavor. I mean, I like peanut butter, but I wasn't looking for a big peanut butter brownie, and that's all you tasted in recipe number 1. So here, I'm not adding peanut butter, and to get the natural sweetness and volume, I'm going to be using bananas and applesauce. So that's going to replace all of our sugar. I'm not adding any Splenda or any sugar to this, just getting them out of the fruit itself. And I'm using 100% whole wheat flour. Not sure if that's going to be the best solution. Maybe I'll try this again and I'll mix in, or I'll cut in some all-purpose flour. We'll see how it puffs up. But I was very impressed with the pizza, which I made with 100% whole wheat flour. It puffed up very nicely. So I think the brownies will be just fine, and I love the flavor of it. So that's good. And other than that, just a pinch of salt. We got some vanilla. I'm going to use 4 ounces of dark cocoa, which isn't bad for you. There's really not much in here. There's no fat. There's fiber and a tiny bit of sodium. That's really about it. So it's just flavor. Nothing bad there. It's not like a chocolate bar or anything like that. There's no sugar. We're going to use half a stick of melted butter. That's really the worst thing in here. Half a stick of butter. So that's not going to kill anybody. It's not like you're eating the whole pan. And a little bit of baking soda. All we have to do is lightly coat our pan with cooking spray. Or you could use butter. I prefer cooking spray. It's a little better for you and it's easier. I'm going to do this in a 9x13. You could easily do it in an 8x8 if you wanted even thicker brownies. But we'll see how they come out. If it fluffs up kind of like a normal brownie, I'm going to dig it with the proportions I'm going to show you in a 9x13. So to make it really easy, I'm going to start simply by peeling and mashing up our 6 bananas. That's really the only prep we're going to have to do. Then we're just going to mix our dry ingredients, mix in the wet, and bake it for 25 minutes at 350 and see how it goes. Alright, so I'm going to start with the bananas. Nothing really hard here. Just going to put them all in the bowl. And we'll mash them with a fork. Ooh, they smell good. I'm really not a fan of eating raw bananas. I used to love them when I was a kid. I haven't had one in a long time. And I like them on cereal. Love them on like Rice Krispies. But there's just something about the texture. I'm kind of funny like that with food. I know I'm a weirdo. But I love the taste and the flavors of certain foods like citrus fruit, but I can't eat them. The texture of them raw. It just, ugh, gag reflex. But I like them in stuff. It's just not for me, just eating it raw. Oh, there's a nice ripe one. Alright, that's what I want to see. Luckily, finding the ingredients for this one, not a big deal whatsoever. Unlike when I was trying to do the pizza. Oh my god, what a pain in the butt. I have to go to so many stores to get stuff. Alright, got our 6 bananas peeled here. So I'm just going to get a fork and we're just going to mush them up. Nothing really special. Don't really want these guys in there too much. Not that it probably makes a difference. Just banana. Alright, I need a garbage bowl. I need a fork. Let's just cut these guys up. Just mush them up. If you have kids, this part will probably be fun. You can use a mixer for this recipe. I'm probably going to, just because I'm doing such a large batch. I'm doing what I believe is more like a double batch because I'm using a large pan. But if you want to cut this in half and just use an 8x8, that's fine too. Alright, so 6 bananas, nice and mushed. Obviously make sure that they're nice and ripe. Soft and squishy is what you're looking for. Just no big chunks. Don't have to puree it or anything like that, although it wouldn't hurt. Okay, set this aside. That's going to be ready for our wet ingredients when we're ready for them. Now, going to mix our dry ingredients. Grab a measuring cup here. We're going to do 4 cups of the whole wheat flour without making a mess. And 1 tablespoon of salt. Two tablespoons of baking soda. I'm sorry, did I say tablespoons? Teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of baking soda. That's our oven preheated. And 4 ounces of cocoa, which is half of one of these containers, which is about what I should have left from the previous brownies. Yep. So in that goes. Now I'm just going to gently whisk all this dry together. You know what? I'm going to transfer to a bigger bowl here, because there is not enough room to really get in this once I get the wet ingredients in. Stand by. There we are. Much better. More room. Perfect. Alright, now we're just going to add our wet ingredients. I'm going to start with the bananas. Just kind of fold them in here. Alright. Now I'm going to put in my applesauce. This is a 23-ounce container. How many ounces in a cup? I can't remember. This looks like about 3 cups worth. Let's see how close I am. I want 2 cups in here. There's 1, 2. Looks like right about 2 cups in that jar. Deceptive little jar. Okay, good enough. Mix this in. Bananas are really thick in the whisk. I think I need a spoon. That's a little better. Alright. Now I'm going to pop in my eggs. We want 4 eggs in here. Stir these in. And we're going to put in our vanilla, 2 teaspoons worth. And then we need to melt half a stick of butter, which is hiding in here. So I'm going to stick this in the microwave. And last but not least, in goes the just melted butter. You don't want it very hot so it doesn't start cooking the eggs. I got my pan here, which I've lightly sprayed with vegetable oil, or cooking spray I should say. And you want to mix this in just so all the dry ingredients are incorporated. Scrape the bottom. Just like you're doing brownies. You know how it goes. Not rocket science. Just want to make sure everything is good and mixed here without any big pockets. Alright, there we go. Already it looks like a lot more volume than the previous brownie mixture. So we'll see how it puffs up. Put it in the pan. Oh, still got some dry. I missed. Gotta mix this better. That's what I get for not using my stand mixer. I'm trying to do it by hand. Just really didn't feel like pulling everything out. But I used the bowl anyway, so it's not like I saved myself doing any dishes. Wow, this is really getting heavy and thick. I can smell the bananas. It smells really good. There we go. That looks better. Do a quick scrape here just to make sure. Yep, a little pocket there. This is being tough on me. Whew, and of course, drier it gets, the harder it gets. Wow, this is thick. Really thick. I mean, look at this. Oh, it's bending the spatula. That's thick. Alright, now we're ready for the pan. Just put it in evenly. Finally. Oh, feels like it weighs about 8 pounds. It's more like a loaf. Let me get all this goodness off the sides here. I'm anxious to try this one. A lot of good stuff in here, especially with no sugar. Sugar is kind of my evil thing for my body. Luckily I don't have a sweet tooth, but my body doesn't take to it very kindly. Alright, that's enough out of the bowl. Just spread this out a little bit and we'll be ready to pop in the oven. Just want to get it even in the pan. That looks nice. Up in the corners here. Every last little bit counts. Really thick, more like a bread dough. Alright. I gotta try a little bit. Huh, yeah. A lot like a bread dough. Weird. Alright. Ugh. Oh. Ugh. Bad aftertaste. Don't do that. Ugh. Yuck. Really, almost sour aftertaste. Like, well, raw flour. Well, anyway, okay, in the oven it goes. I'm really hoping it's sweet enough. I won't let this taste affect me. I think it'll change once it bakes. Yeah, out of clean hands here. Anyway, I'm going to put it in the oven. We're going to go 350 for 25 minutes, and then I'll check it in the center. Alright, 25 minutes has passed. Time to take a look. They smell really good. I can smell them out here. They smell like chocolate. Oh yeah. Whew, it's hot. Alright, let's take a look here. Nice. This looks like the kind of brownie I was after. Thick. Thick and dense. That is heavy. Nice. Alright. Well, I'm going to let this cool for a good hour before I even try to cut it. But I'm excited. This is beautiful. Turn the oven off here. That's nice. Nice pliable crust. Alright, I'll be back in an hour after this cools and we'll finally get to take a bite. Alright, moment of truth. Nice texture. Firm and dense. Let's get these cut up. Nice and gooey. I like that. I didn't test it. I hope I baked it enough. I think I did. Spatula's coming out clean enough. Let's see. Try to get the corner out here. Whoa. Heavy chunk. Alright. Oh yeah. Ooh, did I bake it enough? I am not sure. Let me try the end here. Well, it definitely needs sugar, or Splenda, or maybe sweetened applesauce. Tastes good, it's just missing sweetness. So, you know what? I am just going to scrap this. I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to add some Splenda. I think about, I think I'm going to do maybe a cup of Splenda. And I might also use the sweetened applesauce. So, okay, batch one, no good. Let's see how batch two comes out. I'm going to skip right to number two coming out. Bam! Alright, batch two is coming out. It's been in 45 minutes. I've been checking it since 35 minutes, and now the knife is coming out just about squeaky clean. It's going to bake a little bit more as it sits, so this is where I'm going to take it out. It smells really good. I'm anxious to try it. I made 3 changes. First of all, and the most important one, is I added 1.5 cups of Splenda. Of course, you could use sugar, but that's not healthy. Splenda, I think it tastes great, especially in baking, so I think that's going to make the biggest difference. Second change is I used regular applesauce this time instead of the unsweetened, just for a little extra kick. It only added another 200 calories for the entire batch, so literally, you know what, a dozen or 2 calories of brownie. That's negligible. And third, instead of the dark cocoa, I used regular cocoa. So 3 things I think will help bring the sweetness up, because it was pretty plain and bitter on that first batch. Believe me, it was not edible as a brownie. Great texture, but not the flavor. So I'm going to let this cool. Looks really good. This is how I like it. I like the thicker, denser, cakier like brownies instead of the real thin fudge-like brownies. I'm not really a fan of those. You could certainly split this and do 2 batches if you like yours thinner. There's enough in that, or just cut it in half and do 1 batch of thin brownies. or you could certainly do a smaller batch in an 8x8 pan, kind of get it in between. So anyway, I'm going to let this cool, and in 30-45 minutes, come back, check it, turn off my oven, and give it a taste test. I'm really anxious. I'm fighting the urge to just cut it right now, but I want to do it right. We'll see you in half an hour. Okay, second moment of truth. It's still warm, but it's quite cool enough to cut. So, man, I hope this comes out. If it doesn't, I'm going to scrap this whole concept of the recipe, and we'll start over. But I have confidence that this one might be a winner. Good texture. Cake-like, very thick. Nice slightly firm crust. Good density. Okay, here we go. Not bad, not bad. Not what I was looking for. So I'm still on the hunt for a good brownie recipe, but this is a really good chocolate banana bread. That's what I'm going to call it. It's very cakey. This whole wheat flour has absolutely no problem puffing up. Perfect sweetness. It's not overly sweet. It tastes very neutral. It has a nice subtle apple banana flavor. I mean, you can taste exactly what went in it. It has a little bit of a chocolate to it. It's not, I mean, it tastes like there's chocolate chips in it. It really does. Obviously there's not. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm not calling it a brownie. I'm gonna call this video chocolate banana bread. It's really what it is. Alright, cool. Well, I got a new recipe. I'm still on the hunt for brownies. Not giving up till I find one. I'm going to try a black bean one. I've had a number of people recommend it, and I saw some recipes, so I'll give it a shot. I'm up for trying the weird stuff. So it just doesn't make sense to me yet. Black beans making a brownie, or like people suggested on the pizza one, doing a cauliflower crust. I just can't fathom how it'll work, but I'm going to give it a shot. Alright, well, this is good. It's 1 in the morning, so part of me wants to eat it, and part of me says, no, you really shouldn't. I'll have another bite. Alright, well, this has been chocolate banana bread, as it turns out. So thanks for watching, and if you like these videos, give me a thumbs up, spread the word, go to the site, share it, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, hey, help me out, I help you guys out. Check out the site too. I have regular contests going, been giving away gift cards, I've been giving away products. So as the site gets bigger, I'm going to get some sponsors going on, and we'll have more giveaways. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.